Okay, guys. Uh, okay, folks. Let's start our lesson 3. It's reading. Today we read a book, Treasure Island, Robert Louis Stevenson. Oh, I have a problem with my mouse. I just want to check that all work like should. Okay, okay, I think. Let's begin. Treasure Island. Robert Louis Stevenson, Level 2. It's uh, it's adaptive book for elementary level, and we start from contents. Introduction. Chapter 1, Jim Hawkins Story 1. Chapter 2, Dr. Livesey Story. Chapter 3, Chapter 3, Jim's Story 2nd. Okay, activities. Let's read introduction. Tomorrow I'm going to Bristol, said Mr. Trelawney. I'm going to buy a ship and find sailors. Jim, you and Dr. Livesey are going to come with me to look for the treasure. Jim Hawkins worked in his father's inn by the sea. One day an old sailor comes to stay. He watches the sea and the ships. He is ill. He is afraid. But what or who is he afraid of? Very soon very soon Jim understands, because the old man has a map. A lot of people are interested in that map, and some of them are very dangerous people. Jim Hawkins is going to meet them when he sails in the Hispaniola to Treasure Island. It will be a journey with many difficulties. Robert Louis Stevenson was born in 1850, yes, in Edinburgh, Scotland, and began writing when he was a boy. He finished his first book when he was 16. He went to many different countries in his life. He was often dangerously ill, and he wanted to find a place with warm weather where he could live and do his writing. In 1888 he went by ship to the Pacific Islands, and after 1890 he lived on his island of Samoa with his wife, mother and son. The Samoans called him Tusitala, the storyteller. The storyteller. He wrote many different books and stories. Treasure Island, 11 Y 11 1883 is his most famous book, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde 1886 86 is also very well known. Stevenson died in 1894, 1894 on Samoa. Chapter 1. Okay, let's check our translation. Oh, it's pretty well, I think. Let's. Okay, we have a sound. It's normal. Okay, Chapter 1. Jim Hawkins Story 1. My father, my father had an inn near the sea. It was a quiet place. One day an old man came to our door. He was tall and strong, and his face was brown. His old blue coat was dirty, and he had a big old box with him. He looked at the inn, then he looked at the sea. Then he looked at the sea. My father came to the door. At first the old man did not speak. He looked again at the sea and at at the front of the inn. I liked oh sorry guys, just a moment. Okay. At first the old man at first the old man did not speak. He looked again at the sea and at the front of the inn. I like this place, he said. He said, do many people come here? Do many people come here? No, said my father. No, said my father. Said my father. I'm going to stay here, said the old man. I want a bed and a food. I want a bed and food. I like watching the sea and the ships. You can call me captain. He he threw some money on the table. That's for my bed and my food, he said. And so the old captain came to stay with us. He was always quiet. In the evenings he sat in the inn, and in the day he watched the sea and the ships. Let's try again. In the evenings he sat in the inn, and in the day he watched the sea and the ships. Let's try and understand this sentence. I I do a lot of work about how it uh, how can I how can I speak this correct, but I don't understand the sentence. In the evenings, he said in the inn. In the evening, he said in the inn, and in the day he watched the sea and the ships. It's pretty understand for me. One day he spoke to me. Come here, boy, he said, and he gave me some money. Take this and look out for a sailor with one leg. Take this and look out for a sailor with one leg. Sailor with one leg. He was afraid of that sailor with one leg. I was afraid too. I looked for the man with one leg, but I never saw him. Saw him. Then winter came, and it was very cold. My my father was ill, and my mother and I walked very hard. It's a difficult word for me. Walked, walked. I walked very hard. Early one Johnny Early one January morning, the captain went to the beach. I helped my mother to make the captain's breakfast. The door opened and a man came in. His face was very white and he had only 3 fingers on his left hand. Strange, very he his face was very white and he had only 3 fingers. Ringers. I think it's like a fingers, yes? Ringers. Only 3 fingers on his left hand. I could, I could see that he was a sailor. Can I help you? I asked. This is the man. This is his left hand. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. Finger or ringer. Okay. The man looked at the captain's breakfast table. In this table for my friend Bill. The man looked at the captain's breakfast table. Is this table for my friend Bill? He asked. Is this table for my friend Bill? He asked. He asked in American variant. Asked, not asked. Asked. I don't know your friend Bill, I said. It's the captain's table. The captain? He said. Well, they sometimes call my friend Bill the captain. Is he here in the house? No, he's out, I said. The man sat down and waited for the captain. Then the captain came into the room. He went to his table and sat down. Bill, said the man. The captain turned round quickly. His face went white. Suddenly he looked old and ill. Come, come, Bill, you know me. You know an old friend, Bill, said the man. Black Dog, said the captain. Yes, said the man. It's me, Black Dog. I wanted to see my old friend Billy. Well, here I am, said the captain. Said the captain. What do you want? I want to talk to you, Bill, Black Dog said. The captain looked at me. Leave the room, boy. Leave the room, boy, he said, and don't listen at the door, and don't listen at the door. They talked for a long time. Then I heard them talking angrily. No, 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 said, not said the captain. There was a fight, and then Black Dog ran out of the house. The captain's face was white. I must get out of here, he said. I ran to get him a drink. I come back and found the captain on the floor. His eyes were closed. Okay. Our doctor, Dr. Livesey, came and looked at the old captain. He's very ill, said the doctor. The captain opened his eyes and looked at the doctor. Where's Black Dog? He asked. Where's Black Dog? He asked. Asked in American pronunciation. Asked. There is no Black Dog here, said the doctor. Now, Billy Bones, you must. Billy Bones? said the captain. My name is not Billy Bones. Oh, said the doctor. Oh, yes, it's the name of a famous pirate. We put the old captain in his bed. He must stay in his bed. He must stay in his bed for for a week. For a week. For for a week, said the doctor. He's very he's very ill. Oh, guys, it's difficult. So reading aloud. It's difficult. Try it. At 12 o'clock, I went to see the captain in his room. What did the doctor say? He asked. What did the doctor say? He asked. Yeah. You must stay in bed for a week, I told him. Too late, he said. You remember Black Dog? He's a bad man, but there are worse men than Black Dog. They want my old box. You must look out for sailors. You must look out for flints, man. Then the then the captain closed his eyes. But I didn't look out for sailors, because my father died that night. I was too sad to 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 think about the cap. I was too sad to think about the captain. A week later, the captain came down and sat in his usual chair. I went outside the inn and looked up and down the road. I saw another man on the road. He wore a long black coat and he walked very slowly. He can't see, I thought. The man arrived in front of the inn and turned his face to me. Can you tell me, please, where I am? I told him. He listened carefully. You are young, he said. Uh, take my hand, my young friend, and take me inside. He took my hand. He was very strong. Now, my young friend, he said, uh, take me to the captain quickly. I can break your arm. I can break your arm. It's crazy, man. It's so rude. When the captain saw the man, he did not move. Uh, the man put something into the captain's hand and then left the inn. Uh, that is this man and the boy. Yeah. Now, my young friend, he said, take me to the captain quickly. I can break your arm. Ah, here it is. Look at, look at that. Look at that. He, he take his arm by his back. The captain looked at the captain looked at the black paper in his hand. The captain looked at the black paper in his hand. Black paper. Yeah. Then he read the words on it. 10 o'clock. They are coming at 10 o'clock, he said. We've got 6 hours. He tried to stand up, but he was too ill. I ran for my mother, but it was too late. When we came back, the captain mm, was dead on the floor. Oh, only 5 pages. My mother and I went to the village, but the people there did not want to help us. They were too afraid. Our friend, the doctor, was away. Nobody could help us. I must, I must get, I must get my money from the captain's box, my mother said. It's our money. We, we opened the box. There were, there were some old coats and shirts and a bag of money. Oh, my mother began to take the money. Quickly, I said, it's nearly 10 o'clock. It was a cold night. It was a cold night and very quiet. Suddenly, I heard a sound on the. I heard a sound on the road. Then I heard someone stop outside the inn. We waited, but then everything was quiet again. Nothing moved. Quickly, mother, I said, take all the captain's money. No, she said, she said. No, she said, I don't want it all. Then we heard someone again outside the front door. Let's go without the money, my mother said. I took an envelope from the captain's box. I'm going to take this, I said. We left the inn very quickly. Through the back door, we heard men running along the road to the inn. We heard men running along the road to the inn. Mhm. We we stopped we stopped behind some trees and watched the men. There were 7 or 8 of them, all pirates. They broke down the door of the inn and ran inside. They broke down the door. They broke down the door. Bill's dead, someone said. Open his box, a second man said. The money's here. Flint's map. Where's Flint's map? We can't find it. It's not here. It's not. It's those people at the inn. It's that boy. The boys got the map. Find them, boys. Find, find them, boys. Find them, boys. The men moved quickly. They looked into every room in the inn. Listen, one of them said. Someone's coming. We must run. No, find the boy. Find the boy. He's near here somewhere. I know. Then I heard a gun. The pirates heard it too and began to run. Page 6. Uh, I try to pronounce all sounds correct, but I think I do a lot of mistakes, and that is the easiest. That is the easiest level of this book. We stopped behind some trees and watched the man. Okay, I understand. Away. What away? The pirates heard it. The pirates heard it too and began to run away. We waited for a, we waited for a minute or two and then we went back to the inn. What did the pirates want? A man from the village asked me, did they find the captain's money? Yes, I said, but I think they wanted this. I showed him the envelope. I think there is a map inside it. You must take it to Mr. Trelawney. Trelawney, he told me. Mr. Trelawney. Trelawney. When I when I arrived at Mr. Trelawney's house, Dr. Livesey was there. "Hello, Jim. What is it?" he asked. I told him about the pirates. Let's let's see that map. Let's see that map, the doctor said. But first, Mr. Trelawney, what what do you know about Captain Flint? Flint? Said Mr. Trelawney. He was a famous pirate and a very bad man. Everybody was afraid of Captain Flint, but he's dead now. Did did he have any money? Asked the doctor. Not asked, asked the doctor. Money, said Trelawney. He was the richest pirate in the West Indies. Then perhaps this map shows where Captain Flint's treasure is, said the doctor. What? Said Mr. Trelawney. Then I must buy a ship and we can all go and look for the treasure. The doctor opened the map very carefully. It was a map of an island. There was some writing on the map. It said, "Treasure here." Mr. Trelawney and the doctor were excited. "Livesey," said Mr. Trelawney, "tomorrow I am going to Bristol. I'm going to buy a ship and find sailors. Jim, you and Dr. Livesey are going to come with me to look for the treasure." Oh, there is the map. Treasure here, you see? You see? North Inlet. Spy Hill. The next day Mr. Trelawney left for Bristol. I stayed at home and waited. At last week later Dr. Livesey got a letter from Bristol. At last weeks later. At last weeks later. Dr. Livesey got a letter from Bristol. Dear Livesey, the ship is ready. Its name is Hispaniola. Hispaniola. I found a good man to our cook on the ship. He's an old sailor and he has an inn here in Bristol. He is going to help me find sailors for our ship. He knows a lot of men here. His name is Long John Silver. Long John Silver. He has only one leg. One leg. Please send Jim Hawkins to Bristol tomorrow. Trelawney. I was very excited. The next morning I said goodbye to my mother and started for Bristol. Mr. Mr. Trelawney met me there. When do when do we sail? When do we sail? When do we sail? I asked him. Sail? He said. We sail tomorrow. I had something to eat. Then Mr. Trelawney gave me gave me gave me gave me gave me a letter for Long John Silver the spyglass in. There was a lot of sailor in the spyglass in. I looked round and saw a tall, strong man with one leg. He's Long John Silver, I thought. Mr. Silver, sir, I asked. Mr. Silver, Mr. Silver, Mr. Silver, sir, I asked, not asked, asked, I asked. Yes, that's my name. And who are you? I gave him, I give, gave, given, gave. I gave him the letter and he took me hand. Suddenly, one of the other men in the inn jumped. One of the other men in the inn jumped up and ran to the door. I knew him. It was Black Dog. "Stop him," I said. "Stop him. It's Black Dog. Hurry, hurry," said Silver. "Run and catch that man." The man got up and ran after Black Dog. Long John Silver turned to me. Who was that man?" He asked. Black what? Dog, sir, I said. "He's a pirate." "A pirate?" said Silver. "Ben, run and help Harry. You can catch him." But Ben and Harry came back without Black Dog. "We lost him," they said. "Well, what is Mr. Trelawney going to think?" said Silver. "You know, Jim, we did try to catch him, and nobody in the inn knew that he was the pirate Black Dog. Now, Jim, come with me. Come with me. We are going. We are go. We are. We are going to see Mr. Trelawney." Long, not long. Long John Silver walked with me to Long John Silver walked with me to meet Long John Silver walked with me to meet Mr. Trelawney and to meet, not meet. Long John Silver walked with me to meet Mr. Trelawney and Dr. Livesey. He told them about Black Dog. Mr. Trelawney listened carefully and then said, "Well, we can't do anything about Black Dog now. John, tell all the men to come to the ship this afternoon." Oh, I'm really tired. The doctor turned to me. "Come and see the ship, Jim," he said, "and meet our captain, Captain Smollett." So we went to the Hispaniola. Well, Captain Smollett said, "Mr. Trelawney, I hope everything is ready." "Well, sir," said the captain, it is, but I'm not happy about it. I don't like the sailors." Who is it? It's uh, it's not Black Dog. It's Long John Silver, yeah. Yes, Long John Silver turned to me. Who was who was that who was that man? He asked. Black what? Black what? Black what? Black John Silver. Okay, let's continue our reading. "Oh," said Mr. Trelawney. He was very angry with the captain, but Dr. Livesey said, "Tell me, Captain Smollett, why are you unhappy?" "Well," said the captain, "I don't know where we are going. I don't know where we are going, but all the sailors, all the sailors say we are going to look for treasure. I don't like it. I don't know this man, these men. Well, what do you want? asked the doctor. We must have all the guns in our rooms, sir, and Mr. Trelawney's men must sleep near us, not with the other sailors. And, said Mr. Trelawney, you have a map? The sailors know about it. Nobody must see that map. "Hmm, right, sir," said Mr. Trelawney. We can do that. But I think they are very good men. They are very good men. Trelawney, said the doctor later, you have two good men, Captain Smollett and Long John Silver. I don't know about the captain, said Mr. Trelawney angrily. The captain Then Captain Smollett found me, and you boy go and help the cook. We walked all night, and in the morning the ship left Bristol. The Hispaniola was a good ship, and we had good weather. The sailors all liked Long John Silver. The sailors, the sailors all liked Long John Silver. Uh, in the old days before he lost his leg, hmm, in the old days, okay, I understand. Before he lost his leg, he was a good fighter. Some of them said, in the old days before he lost his leg, he was a good fighter, some of them said. Some of them said, he was always very good to me. Mr. Trelawney liked to give the sailors things to make them happy. There was always a big barrel of fruit for them. One night after I finished my walk on the ship, I went to get some fruit from the barrel. Everything was everything was very quiet. I climbed inside the barrel to get the fruit. Suddenly a heavy man sat down next to Suddenly a heavy man sat down next to the barrel. He began to speak. It was Long John Silver. I stayed very quiet. I stayed very quiet. Okay. He kept the silence, yeah? Yes, he said. Flint was our captain. I sailed with him many times. We had one big fight. I lost my leg and old Pew lost his eyes. His eyes. Lost Old Pew lost his eyes. Both, yes. Not only one eye. Two eye. Two eyes. I saw a lot of fighting and a lot of treasure too. Said the younger man. Flint was a bad man, and where are all Flint's men now? Most of most of them are here, said Silver quietly. On this ship. Old Pew's dead. And you, young man, do you want to help us? Do you want to be a pirate? Yes, I do. Good, said Silver. You are going to be a good pirate. Then a second man spoke to Long John Silver. It was Israel Hands. Israel Hands. I don't like our captain, John, he said. Let's kill Smollett and the others. And the others. No, we must wait. We must have Captain Smollett to sail. The, we must have Captain Smollett to sail the ship, said Silver, and Mr. Trelawney and and the doctor have the map. Let them find the treasure first. Then we then we can then we can kill them. Now get me now get me some fruit from this barrel. I was very afraid, but then someone said land. Everybody, but then someone said land. Uh, okay, Ev- everybody ran to see the island. I waited for a minute. Then I climbed out of the barrel and ran to. The ship was now quite near an island. The ship was now quite near an island. Does anybody know this island? Captain Smollett asked. Captain Smollett asked. I do, said Silver. There were a lot of pirates here in the old days. Old days. Okay, it's that hill in the center of the island is called the Spyglass. That hill in the center of the island is called the Spyglass. Then Captain Smollett showed Silver a map of the island. Silver looked at the map very carefully, but it was not Billy Bones' map. It didn't it didn't not show the treasure. I went to Dr. Livesey. "Mm, can I speak to you, please, doctor?" I said. What is it, Jim?" he asked. He asked. Then I told the doctor, Mr. Trelawney, and Captain Smollett about Long Jim Silver. "Most of the sailors are pirates," I said. They want to kill us and take the treasure." "Thank you, Jim," said Mr. Trelawney, and Captain Smollett. "You were right. Uh, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Silver is a very Silver is a very clever man," said the doctor. "We all liked him. What are we going to do, Captain?" asked Mr. Trelawney. Asked, not asked, asked Mr. Trelawney. The next the next morning we arrived to the island. I remembered, I remembered Billy Bones' map. I know there is house on the island, I thought, but I can't see it from here. The sailors wanted to leave the ship, but Captain Smollett said, "Tell me, man, they can go to the island this afternoon?" What are we going to do?" asked Mr. Trelawney. "We must think quickly. There are three of the men on the ship. Three of the men on the ship. Three of the men on the ship. Three sounds like three of the men on the ship. Hunt, Joyce, and Red, Redruth were Mr. Trelawney's men. He told them about Long John Silver and the pirates, and he gave them some guns. Then he spoke to the other men, the pirates. Men, men, he said, it's a hot day, and we are all tired. Take a boat and go to the island. You can come back this evening. The pirates were happier. Okay, guys, I will read this page, and I think I must do some uh, some work about unknown words. Mm, I I write this word. Um, the pirates were happier. What does it mean happier? Okay, let's read this page. Six of them stayed on the Hispaniola, and 13 got 13 got into the small boats to go to the island. I quietly got into one of the boats, one of the boats too. We arrived on the beach and I ran away from the pirates. Long John Silver saw me. "Jim, Jim," he said, "come here." Not listen him. But I did not listen. But I did not listen to him. I ran into the trees. I walked about for a time. Then I heard the pirates talking. Then I heard the pirates talking angrily. There was some fighting, and one man died. He didn't want to help them, so they killed him. So they killed him. I thought he didn't want to help them, so they killed him. I thought they are bad men. Okay, let's do mhm, some pause. I need to what is it? I need new words. Okay. Okay, I'll show you guys what I try to do. I need a new word. Okay, happier, happier in, ha happier in. Okay, that's it. Let's continue our reading. They are bad men. They are bad. Okay. I know there is a house on the island, I thought, but I can't see it from here. It's Jim, I think. Yes. And island. I run and run. How can I get back to the ship? I thought. The pirates are going to kill me too. I climbed to the I I climbed the hill. Suddenly I saw a man. Who's who's this? Who's this? I thought he isn't one of our men. Nobody lives on this island. I began to run back to the beach, but I was tired and the man ran very quickly. I stopped and took out my gun. Took out, yes. copy this phrase and for me. Took out, it's a phrasal verb. The man carefully came out of the trees. Who are you? I asked. I'm Ben Gunn, he said. I live here. The pirates left me on these islands 3 years ago. What's your name? Jim, I told him. Well, Jim, he said, I'm a very rich man, but tell me, who came in that ship? It's a Flint ship. No, it isn't. Flint is dead, I said, but some of his men are on the ship. Not, not a man with one, not, not a man with one leg. Silver, I asked. Yes, Silver, he said. Are you a friend of his? Are you a friend of his? No, I'm not, I answered. And I told him everything, everything. Is Mr. Trelawney a good man? Ben asked. Perhaps I can help him. Yes, he is very good. Yes, he's very good, and I think he can help me. He can help you, and I think he can help you too. Good, said Ben-Gunn. But can you help me now? I asked. I must get back to the ship. I've got a little boat, he said. You can use it tonight. Suddenly we heard the sound of guns. Listen, they are fighting, I said. We ran to the beach. We heard more guns. Then everything was quiet and a flag went up above the trees. I won't copy "said" because I want to know how it's spelled in American English, and I want to copy Trelawney, Mr. Trelawney, how it's spelled. Okay. Oh, Ben Gunn. Hi, Ben Gunn, he said. I live here. Okay, guys. Chapter 2. Yes, I think it's we read almost half of book. Uh, Tomorrow we are continuing, yeah, our reading, and mm, I do some work about I do some work with chapter 1. I try to improve my pronunciation about new word, word about new words. Mm. And tomorrow we are continuing our reading, and what we do else, and what can we do else? We do lesson about grammar. Yes. Okay, guys, that's enough for today. Let's see. Do we have uh, any viewers? No, nobody watch me. It's so sad. It's so sad. Okay, if you like my video, please give me a like. Subscribe to my channel and come back to me tomorrow. Okay, guys, for today it's enough. See you later.